So in a reading, generally, I don't really enjoy seeing Three of Cups and this together, mainly because it indicates like a threesome type of relationship in which no one is really fulfilled, or at least one person is always going to feel left out, okay? And in generally, this is your card here, the Queen of Cups coming in very early in the month. And what I do sense, with this card underneath it is someone is doing something they're not supposed to, and it's going to hurt you, but they're getting away with it because you're preoccupied with something else and you're not paying attention to the important things that you're supposed to be aware of in your environment. And I do sense it very, very greatly, mainly because with these three cards like this, the magician is it's someone who is very sharp. He has the power of manifestation, but in this situation, what I do see as well is somebody who is able to have like inner knowledge and have like who really understands inner workings, especially human nature. But he is in the reverse position next to your card, which indicates to me that you're very forgiving. You're able to let a lot of things slide. And in this month, especially, it's important that you stay vigilant and that you basically become involved in your environment so that you can identify the bad things that are happening all around you. And so you're made aware of it and then you can do something about it. Because I do feel with this Seven of Swords in the upright position, it's somebody being sneaky and they're doing something they're not supposed to. So in general, they're slipping under the radar because you're occupied with other things, okay? Which you're in the upright position, so I can't say, it's your fault or anything like that. But I do see that in general, it requires a little more vigilance on your part in order to navigate through this month, okay? So the beginning and the end. This card looks very good. Wheel of Fortune, in the upright position coming in like towards the very end of the month. And what I do sense is that, things are going to look up for you. I know April is going to be a little difficult, mainly because we are in predominantly like from the 1st even to the 21st, we are coming into the time of Aries, which is a fire sign, which is an opposite sign from yours. Therefore, the energy here is going to be a little rough, mainly because it's opposing energies that we're dealing with. So I'm hoping from the 21st on, things will definitely be on the upswing. In terms of luck, financial abundance even, and, to get yourself away from this situation that's plaguing you. What I do sense here is with the moon card coming out for a water sign is not a bad card. It is somebody that who is very intuitive, and I do feel that, Scorpios, you are very, very intuitive and you should always trust your intuition. However, both of these cards indicate to me that you're very busy, you're occupied with something else, and you're not heeding the right types of warning, okay? And underneath it, I have the Temperance card, which is emotional balance, and it's basically it's thrown off whack a little bit. And I do feel that with all these people and all these opposing energies that are coming through, it is going to be a somewhat busy month for you. And as a result, you're not able to fully like have the time to yourself to take a breather and to really reflect. And I do sense as well that, with a lot of water showing up as well, there's going to be a little bit of emotional imbalance on your end, okay? And if you are, let me see, if there is a new work project or if there's a new idea, like an income generating idea, the time to start it is going to be like the very end of this month. So for those of you who might like have gotten a promotion or have landed a new job, I feel that it's going to be delayed, and the start of this job, the job itself looks like a very good opportunity, or this new project or this new idea looks very, very fruitful. But the time to implement it is in the later stages of the month, especially for those who are in a business partnership or who are working in close proximity with somebody in this project especially. I feel that you're going to be very preoccupied and you don't know what your partner is doing. And at the same time, I feel that if you're in a partnership with that person, They might stick you with, doing all the legwork, and then they reap the rewards. So be really, really careful. Make sure that responsibilities are delegated fairly, and you have to really speak up for yourself. I don't feel like a lot of energy here in terms of speaking up for your own needs and you speaking up for yourself. Because as the Queen of Cups comes out, she is very receptive. So this could be you, male or female Scorpio. You're taking like a back seat in the situation when you really should be on the forefront to really gauge what is happening around you. Okay, so you have this one really, really good project, really good idea that is gelling together and that is going to be implemented. The time for manifesting this in the real world is not yet. It's going to take, to the end of this month. And yet the people that is surrounding this opportunity are not completely forthright, or are not completely honest. Okay, so be a little careful about that. And the time and the initial investment that you've put into try to get this project off the ground, or do the legwork in order to set the stage for this to manifest, I feel that it is a little bit troubling on the emotional front, mainly because you're so burned out. Okay, I do feel this as a burning out type of situation as well. So this card does indicate success. It is in the reverse position, so it's basically it's like an ebb and flow. You feel really good about it, and then you have a little bit of self-doubt. Then you put the work in, and then you're reflecting on it as if, should I really do this? Then you go out and you try to take a break from it all, and then you're like not enjoying yourself because you're preoccupied with the project. And at the same time, you don't really know who to trust. You don't really know who to approach this with. This if you're looking for funding, even, I feel that funding is going to be blocked. If you're looking for people to like support this idea and to invest in it, you're going to hit like a little bit of a brick wall. But things will definitely move along quite nicely. So basically, it's blocking this investor, but is bringing in a lot more investors or a lot more opportunities. Okay, but either way, I feel that the project itself looks really good. Just don't try to implement it until after the 21st, mainly because that's when it will be an earth sign in Taurus. And projects started in earth energies are a little more stable anyways, or a lot more stable anyways. So you don't want to start in a fire sign because you're a water sign. You don't want to start projects in the time of fire, mainly because it can potentially burn out. Okay, so things are looking very good here with this project, but I would say try to implement it by after the 21st. And I feel that the right people will come along to help you launch this. And at the same time, I do sense a lot of worries, a lot of mental, kind of like a lot of mental energies that is, I guess, directed towards worries, like worries in your head rather than, worries in reality. So there are definitely you're wasting energy thinking of like worst case scenario when you should remain optimistic and to cross the bridges when you get there. Okay, so it's like jumping the gun a little bit and cycling through your head like the worst case scenarios, when you really should inject like positive energy into this project, because it does have it's a very good idea and it has a very good outcome. Okay, so don't mire yourself in self-doubt and all these. Don't worry so much right now, because you're going to have all the answers you need to move this forward. For right now, just take a break from it is what I would suggest. Like this, you're not taking enough, you're too immersed in it where you can't see the individual details. You can't see the big picture. So the advice here is, turn this around and take a break from it and look at the big picture, because the big picture is there's somebody in your midst that you're not aware of that is not good for you. Okay, so even if it's not related to this project, there is somebody in your midst that you should be aware of and that you should pay attention to, who might be might not be looking out for your best interests. So he's looking out for number one, he or she. And I would strongly suggest that you know, ground yourself in reality a little bit and take a break from this. If it's on your mind, take a break from it so that you can like assess what is really going on around you, because I don't feel that you have full information regarding the people that you're dealing with, especially for this month. Okay, so not to sound pessimistic, but I feel that because this card is coming in like in the second row, and I'm really glad it is, because you know, if you take this advice and really get your head out of the clouds and ground yourself, you're going to be able to prevent it from happening. So that's what I really feel in general, that this is within your power. Okay, it's just going to be a little difficult because you seem a little busy and a little preoccupied at the moment. But there's no pressure because you do have a whole month. So, you know, really plan this out and really assess what is going on around you before you choose before you finalize on who it is that you should include on your team, or who it is that you should emotionally invest yourself into. And what I do sense too, if this is a love reading, I'm combining the two, by the way. So as a love reading, I would say for those of you who are in stable relationships, I do feel that, you know, it's time to pay more attention to your partner, your significant other this month. All right. You're going to feel down and out a little bit, mainly because, you know, the Magician and the Temperance card, you know, these are all reversed. So you're going to feel a little like shaky. You're going to feel like you're on shaky footing. A little insecurity is creeping in. But this energy will dissipate, and I feel that it's very minor, but you're preoccupied with something. So pay more attention to your partner, pay more attention to your household and your relationships, all relationships in general, okay? For those of you who are single and looking, you have a lot of love to give, and you're holding back and you're waiting for the right person, okay? So while you're waiting, I feel that for the past few months too, you've been waiting. For those of you who have been single, while you're waiting, your reservoir of love and affection is building up, and it's welling up around, you know, within you, and you're just like really anxious, and you're just really like you really want to give this love and this affection to someone. Okay, so you might be a little indiscriminate about who that person is. I mean, you don't want to give it to this person, nor, you know, this threesome situation. So really assess what it is that you're dealing with and who it is that you're dealing with, because information might be lacking, but again, you have very, very keen intuition, and your intuition is going to guide you on the right path. So if something feels a little iffy, you know, hold back on your affection a little bit and ask questions. I don't see any other sword energy except this. And sword energies are all about like inquiry, inquisitions. And, you know, I know inquisition doesn't have like a positive connotation, but I would definitely say that this person is misusing the swords. So what I would say is, you know, try to ask important questions. Try to be a little more rational and a little more objective about the people around you, okay? Because I know that you have this a lot of love and a lot of affection to give to someone, but and you really want to wait for the person that is worthy of it, but at the same time, the energy that is coming in possibly towards like the second, third week is you're going to be a little more impatient, and as a result, you're a little indiscriminate about the people that you invest in, which can be, you know, hurtful more than anything, okay? So they're going to prove that they're going to disappoint you again. So be careful about that, okay, Scorpios? And with this card here, I don't think I've talked about this enough, and I feel, you know, like the two wand energies, what I do sense is this has a very, very positive, you know, projection. It has a positive outcome. You're not seeing the big picture, so take some time off to really assess this and try to see the big picture. And then the time to implement this in the real world. So don't jump the gun. Don't do it too fast before you're prepared and before you're able to look at the situation holistically. So try to implement it, in the later part of this month, like especially after the 21st, okay? So please try to be patient about this. And at the same time, get your head out of the clouds and look at your surrounding and really ask important questions of the people you're dealing with. And, I keep saying this, Scorpios, especially Scorpio women, you have very, very strong and very keen intuition. You are a very good judge of character. So don't let the wrong people into your life, okay? You have very strong intuition for a reason. So utilize it because we're in a fire, we're in the element of fire from the 21st of March until the 21st of April, around that time frame. And it's going to be really difficult for you to move things forward. And it's going to rattle your thinking capabilities a little bit, mainly because it's an opposing element. So the only thing that you can rely on and that you really should rely on this month is your very strong intuition, okay? So try to do that and use that in order to, it's sort of like in order to protect yourself, all right? So just I don't want to be like a fearmonger, but at the same time, I do feel that with the reverse cards like this, it's important to protect yourself. Mainly, I don't feel that it's going to be physical harm, but it is going to throw you off balance emotionally, okay? But the end of the month looks very, very good for the launch of new projects, travel opportunities, even opportunities to reconnect with friends too. I feel that you're going to be in a little bit of a funk where communication might be misunderstood. There's missed opportunities, miscommunication, and things like that. But by the end of this month, especially that last week, you're going to be able to see the full picture. Things are turning around for you and things are going really well in all aspects, okay? So the last thing I want to address is mainly the financial aspect of this month. So this new project itself, if it is an income generating opportunity, I feel that it has a lot of potential and it's going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness because I do see that you are preoccupied, okay, with this situation. So, and Scorpios, when they're really immersed in something, it's because they find great enjoyment in it. So I feel that in general that you're going to really enjoy this opportunity. And then the financial situation itself, you have a little bit of money concerns and not related to this, but in general in your life, you do have a bit of a money crunch. And what I would say is this, this indicates like budgeting, allocating the right resources to things that are essential and then weeding out the things that you don't need. So this comes in all aspects of your life, but if we're looking at this card as a finance card, it does indicate to me there are problems in preventing you from doing this. So you have 7 of these pentacles, 7 things that you're really, that you can't live without. But in times of financial crunch, you definitely have to make sacrifices, okay? And you're not going to be very happy because you feel like you've already narrowed it down, and now you have to go through another process of narrowing down. So it's a little difficult to, make sacrifices on the financial front. It's not fun. Nobody likes it. But I feel in general, Scorpios are good with money. So it's a good time to do that. So I would just, suggest, I feel like you only have to let one go. The rest are fine, so it's just one thing. And I feel that it's definitely something you can live without. So don't worry too much. I feel like overall, money's not going to be a big problem, mainly because we have this Wheel of Fortune, which is a very good card for financial abundance. Okay, so for those of you who this might be a get rich quick scheme, be a little careful. Don't implement anything until after the 21st, okay? So if this resonates with you, what I would recommend is this: if there is this person in your life and new information is coming to light, just be really careful. If you're doing a project, I would say try to go on your own. Try to do it on your own. Mainly because the card that indicates other people have not been very positive, okay? So this is a card where you're involved in like business partnerships. It's like a deal that's going to go sour. So if you can, try to do this on your own to avoid those situations, okay? So all of the other cards are like solitary cards. So it does indicate to me that this is best left to your own devices, okay?